I'm blind. I'm not sure how many steps are on my staircase. I've been blind since birth, and that's okay with me. I'm glad I never had sight and then lost it. That would be too much grief. Instead, I don't have to regret something I've never had. I've lived in an apartment in the city for a very long time. Well, as a writer, having my own space is crucial to me. People say my writing style is subtle because I can't see. I focus on other senses, and my writing truly shines when it stimulates. I don't say a red apple is red. Red has no meaning to me. I say warm, firm, and tart, slightly sweet, fitting perfectly in your hand. The scent of grass and childhood. I won't lie, this apartment used to be beautiful, but it was really small, and I wanted to learn to play the piano. So naturally, when I had saved a lot of money from my work, I bought a beautiful villa in the suburbs. At least, that's what my friends and family called it. I didn't care. I couldn't see anyway. I just needed to feel the warm sunlight in the kitchen and the fresh air from the balcony when I drank my morning coffee and listened to the birds sing. And I worked day after day. People thought there would be a problem if my house had an upstairs because, according to them, even though I'd lived my entire life in darkness, I cooked, bathed, and cleaned my house. I clearly couldn't climb a few damn stairs. No problem for me. I counted my stairs. 14 steps. Eventually, I got used to it, and I even went up and down the stairs faster because I knew exactly how many steps I needed to climb. That's the thing when you're blind. Some movements become reflexes. Because you live alone, you have to learn to put items in specific places, and you always find them in the same spot. However, one day, as I was going down the stairs, I tripped where I thought the floor was. But there was an extra step. I didn't think much of it. I assumed I had been careless. I mean, yes, it was strange, because after 30 years of being blind, tripping wasn't really common. But I didn't pay it much mind. However, when I went back up, I tripped at the top. That was definitely not normal. There was definitely an extra step. I turned back to the stairs and counted. 15 steps. I counted again. 14 damn steps. It was definitely 14 steps. I told myself to go to sleep. A few days passed, and I didn't trip anymore. I dismissed it as a tired mind playing tricks. Then, one night, as I was going down the stairs to get a glass of water, I tripped again. This time, I actually fell tumbling down. It wasn't one missed step. There were at least 2 steps added. I felt around and got up. My feet hurt, but my ankle was fine. I couldn't stand properly, but there was no serious injury. I went up carefully, counting 16 steps. What the hell? Surely you can miscount by 1 step, either more or less. But 2 extra steps. The house was still. No birds, no bees, no cars passing by. Normal people are afraid of the dark, but I'm afraid of silence. I went down the stairs again, counting. When I reached the bottom, I counted 14 steps. I went back up, 18 steps. That's ridiculous. Is someone playing a trick on me? How could they play such a trick on me? I've never heard of a burglar breaking into someone's house and adding steps to their staircase. Anyway, I still had to go check if I had locked the door. I could move around the house quite efficiently, through the kitchen and into the hallway. And then I bumped into something. I froze. My guts tightened and my hair stood on end. All my senses were focused. I'd never felt such fear in my life. I decided to press on and check the door. Yes, it was locked. I went back upstairs, and this time, I didn't bump into anything or anyone. 18 damn steps. All night, I just went up and down like a madman. Each time, I got a different result. Back on the upper floor, I decided to go down and count one last time. 14 steps. Okay, maybe it will be 15 steps. No, it kept going. 17 steps, 19 steps, 21 steps. That's absurd. 27 steps, 33 steps. That's impossible. 52 steps, 88 steps. Bảo working out. I could fully feel the horror approaching. Something was there with me. And it was evil, disgusting, and unnatural. And this staircase never ended. 1, 2, 3 steps. Finally, I gave up. Whatever it was, I didn't want to reach the bottom of the stairs. I turned back to go up. The moment I turned my back to ascend, I tried to be brave. But something overwhelmed me. And I ran on all fours, desperately trying to reach the top. Desperately trying to run. Run to my bedroom. I don't remember how I got in and locked the door, but I did. And now I'm sitting here typing. This house is strange. It's scary and disorienting. And I think if I had reached the bottom of the stairs, I would have left this world. I don't think it's my home anymore. However, regardless of the stupid, mysterious, bizarre, and unnatural staircase I had discovered, the important thing was not only that I didn't go down there, but also that I didn't let anything come up. And right now, I can hear creaking. When I finish this first post, actually, reading it to a recorder, I'll stop from time to time to listen to the uneven and almost imperceptible creaking. Normal people probably wouldn't hear it, but my other 4 senses are overly sharpened. I guess what scares me the most is the silence in between. I speak for the recorder. I hear a creak. I stop. I stop. The creak stops too, almost like it's mocking me. I don't want to think about what I bumped into. It felt like bumping into a coat rack or something. But I didn't stop to feel around. I had a strong urge to flee from any dangerous situation because I knew I couldn't fight it. No matter how fast I was, no matter how strong, I couldn't fight something I didn't fully understand. They could be standing right in front of me, and if they were quiet enough, I wouldn't know. When I finished writing, I reached for my phone. I thought I'd call my sister. I started to feel the warmth of the morning light on my shoulder through the window and heard the birds chirping. Based on my stiff body, I must have been awake all night. The creaking had stopped. Had it reached my bedroom door? Was it standing on the other side or where? Hey Siri, call Daphne. My voice sounded hoarse. Normally, I talk to myself a lot. I sing whatever comes to mind. I listen to music. This time, I'd been silent for too long, afraid to make a sound, afraid to breathe. The phone was ringing. Hello? Are you okay? Why are you calling so early? Oh, what time is it? Looks like 6 a.m. Damn it. I'm sorry. Huh? Why are you mumbling like that? What's going on? I stopped slowly. I tiptoed to the door and pressed my ear against the oak wood to listen. I could feel the presence of someone outside, waiting. I think someone has snuck into my house and they're lurking. I'm starting to feel things, unusual things. I tripped. And last night, I bumped into something like a coat rack. What? Are you sure? Absolutely. And the stairs keep creaking. Right now, I've locked myself in my bedroom. But I think it's waiting on the other side of the door. Damn, that's scary. I have to be at the office at 9:00. But I'll call if I'm going to be late. I'll come check it out. Thank you. Do you have the key? No one answered. I repeated it again. Do you have the key? No. Did you forget to give it to me? I gave it to you, but you didn't take it. You said you felt weird having my house key. Damn it. Just come. I'll come down and open the door for you. Okay, be careful, Will. So, I'll hang up then? I hung up and sat on the floor, my back against the door, waiting, listening. Nothing happened. No. Had I scared it off? She texted me that she'd be at my house in 10 minutes. Okay, damn it. Finally, I stood up and unlocked the door. I stood there in silence for a while. My options were limited. Normal people could look around and know if they were alone or not. I couldn't. All I could do was listen. And if whatever was there was very quiet, very still, my worst option was to feel around. That terrified me. I've talked to others, and the equivalent for them is reaching out in complete darkness. The thought of touching that thing gave me goosebumps. That direct contact would be unbearable and far more dangerous. But I had no choice because everything was silent. So I reached out. My heart pounded with every step. I wanted to keep going, but at the same time, I desperately wanted to stop and turn back. I reached the stairs. 14 steps back to normal. I was barefoot, and the hardwood floor felt strangely cold under my feet. I thought that was what bothered me until I stepped into something sticky. Oh, ew, damn it. What the hell is that? I shivered and pulled my foot onto the rug. But I'd asked Daphne what it was. I reached the door without further incident. I unlocked it and was greeted by my sister's familiar voice. Hi, Will. Oh my God. I'm so sorry you have to go through this. I'm ready to call 911. Dialed everything. I'll check it out. I wanted Adam to come too, but you know, his work. I felt her warm hands around mine and the sweet scent of her perfume. Thank you, Daphne. Having you here is such a comfort. Yeah, no problem. Come in and check it out. Tell me if you notice anything unusual. And I stepped in something sticky in the living room. Please tell me what it is. Okay, just a sec. Let me see. I heard her walk carefully around the room, not saying a word. Daphne? What is it? Is anything strange? Silence? Why wasn't she speaking up? Nothing alarming, just a little weird. Or what did you step in? It looks like jam. Jam? What kind of jam? Yeah, it's jam. Are you sure? Definitely. There's a jar on your kitchen counter. Open. Maybe you forgot? No, I don't eat jam. Anything else? No, nothing, but everything's a bit messy. Messy how? I'm usually very tidy. It's a bit disorganized here, but weirdly. You have a pan on the floor, and this painting is propped on the dining table, taken off the wall. A pile of clothes, scattered almost in a pattern. What the hell? Go upstairs and check too. I could tell she didn't want to based on her hesitation. Finally, I heard her climb the stairs and walk around a bit. So, anything? Please tell me. Nothing strange upstairs, and no one's here. It's quite tidy. That bothers me for some reason. How tidy? Just like usual. The bed's made, everything's neat. My bed's made. Yes, you didn't make it. I was sleeping on it. Then I woke up to get a glass of water. Then the weird stuff happened, and I locked myself in my bedroom. I didn't stop to make the bed. I mean, it's not perfectly made, like a child tried to do it. You was there? No one. I'm scared. Call the police. I heard her go down the stairs. Listen, Will, I can't. Why not? Obviously, someone's messing around in your house. And tell them what? That someone made your bed, put your pan on the floor. No signs of forced entry. You're not injured. You bumped into something in the middle of the night. In the dark? That's unusual, right? Okay, obviously someone was there. Listen, there's not much I can do. I've checked everything. You're quite safe. You don't have an attic, no basement, no back door, windows locked, front door locked. You're fine. I'll help you clean up, and I'll leave. If anything weird happens, call me. I had to ask her, even though she'd think I was crazy. How many steps are on my staircase? What? Count them for me. 14 steps as usual. Okay. I definitely felt like I had startled her with that question, because after that, the way she talked to me changed. She was too patient, too calm. She kept telling me to turn on some music, relax, take a bath, listen to one of my audiobooks, and not to panic. I felt a little heartbroken, thinking my sister didn't believe me, but I continued. Then a few days passed where I remained vigilant, but nothing happened. Nothing strange. Everything went back to normal. Christmas came, and I hosted a party with friends and family, forgetting the feelings of loneliness and desolation I had felt in that house. Maybe I just had a phase, an odd wander. Maybe my mind had been elsewhere. When you live with a disability, sometimes it's hard to stay grounded. So what if my mental health had taken a hit? I was aware of it and decided to see a therapist. Time passed and nothing happened. I was happy. Nah. My new book was published and I hadn't felt scared or watched in months. Everything was fine. One night, I was sitting on the sofa, drinking wine and listening to The Bachelor. Not really watching, but listening, you know what I mean. Still entertained. The air conditioner was on, blowing warm air around the house, and I started to feel drowsy. I stretched my legs out from under the blanket and touched the floor. The floor was cold. I reached out and touched the sofa. It was also cold. This coldness was everywhere. How could it be? I'd had the air conditioner on all evening. Why was it so cold? I reached for the remote and turned up the temperature. It didn't work. Stupid assy. I'll turn it off and on again. Modern problems require modern solutions. I told you I talk to myself a lot. So I pressed the big button. The AC beep. The beep was wrong. It should have been a low beep. It was higher. When it turned on, it had been off the whole time. No way. I had actually felt its warm flow of air on the back of my neck. I sat there in silence, trying to process, as if I was delaying the moment of realization because I didn't want to. I didn't want to admit someone or something had been breathing on the back of my neck. Maybe it was still there, but the airflow had stopped. I turned off the TV. I needed absolute silence to focus. I sat there for what felt like hours, listening. The floor wasn't creaking, but I could almost make out the carpet being pressed down. Footsteps. Normal people wouldn't notice, but I did. Uneven footsteps, a strange moving pattern, an uncoordinated rhythm. I heard it as it left the carpet, then a thud, indicating it was right next to me. The sofa moved. I had passed human limits, hallucinating. I reached out to my side, ready to touch whatever was there. I didn't get the chance. Suddenly, the sofa moved again, and I heard a thump. The thing saw me trying to touch it and moved away. It didn't want me to touch it. Then I heard a click. My TV turned back on. Whatever it was telling me to ignore it. Why? I wouldn't sit there and watch TV with that thing next to me. I would go upstairs after counting 14 steps. For some reason, I knew the 15th step would appear. I went back down. 17 steps. Back up. 19 steps. Down again. I walked another 20 steps and counted when I realized it wouldn't end. The staircase transformed again. I went back up to my bedroom, locked the door. The TV was still running downstairs. After a while, I heard it turn off. Others might be scared. I was relieved. That meant the thing was downstairs and not here with me. I decided to install some cameras around for safety. If anything particularly strange happened, I wanted a friend to check, or at least tell me I was going crazy. I installed them the next day after the incident I posted about earlier. Then I went about my business. I was scared, and I know what you'll say. Why was I still there? Why was I so calm? Well, there's a strange feeling I have. Something is definitely wrong, but somehow I can push through that and be okay. Almost like walking on a tightrope. And you know it's dangerous, but you don't want to hesitate or stop or even slow down because you feel that the less you think about it and keep going, the safer you are from falling. Although, in my case, I didn't really know what my fate would be. It was Thursday. I had just come home from work. I also teach literature at a university. It's important that I write down my routine. That day, I unlocked the door, went in, locked it again, took off my jacket and hung it up, took off my shoes, put my keys on the table, went upstairs, changed, washed my hands, came back down to cook dinner, chopped, stirred, turned on the stove, cleared the counter around the kitchen, sat down and ate dinner, washed dishes, etc. Then went upstairs to the bathroom, sent a few texts, came back down and turned on the TV. After a while, I started to drift off. I couldn't keep up with whatever argument was happening on the show, and my mind started to wander until a dream intervened, blending with reality. I fell asleep. I woke up and was greeted by silence. No scary sounds, no movement. Strange silence. Didn't I turn on the TV? Oh, right. I reached out for the remote. It wasn't in its usual spot. The whole room was silent. So the thing was either very still or had left. I needed to call my friend and ask them to come check the cameras. The house remained silent for a while until I heard his car in the driveway. Good. I let him in and asked if he noticed anything unusual. Not really. I opened my laptop and asked him to access the video. Okay, let's see. So we're watching what happened today. Yes, I'll download the last 12 hours. That should be enough. Or 6 hours. Just 12 hours. Fast forward. Nothing unusual. The house is empty. This is you coming home, taking off your jacket, shoes, keys, going upstairs. Nothing there. Fast forward. Here you are again, coming downstairs, opening the fridge. He was silent for a moment. Initially, I thought he didn't see anything, so he was tired of me recounting what I was doing. I even thought that the thing might not show up on camera. I didn't need another person to think I was crazy. But then the silence lasted too long. Hey, Adam, what do you see? Hey, Will, are you messing with me or something? I'm not doing anything. I heard him sigh. Listen, Will, I'm really not in the mood, so please, tell me if you're messing with me. What did you see? Let's go to my car. I'll bring your laptop and phone and keys, and I'll download more videos, and you'll stay the night with me. Why did my stomach clench? I'll tell you, but not now. Just all. You know, his voice trembled a little, and I knew he was trying to stay calm, but his movements were too rushed, too out of control. He was panicking. I put on my jacket, grabbed my wallet and keys, and we left. We got in the car, but he immediately started the engine and sped off without saying a word. What did you see? Just tell me. Don't scare me. I'm really sorry for you and what you've gone through. It's like a supernatural horror movie. What did you see? Okay. He cleared his throat. Well, you opened the fridge, took some things out, and started preparing dinner. I saw some movement upstairs, like in the corner of the screen. Then this. Damn it. I don't know how to explain it. It was a thing. It was so horrible. It looked a little like you, but not really, because it had longer arms and legs and a very bony face, wearing clothes that I guess are yours. So, is it human? No, I don't think so. Its arms bent strangely, and it was taller than you, and it moved. Damn it. What the hell? It moved very strangely, and acted very strangely, and it had thinning, receding hair, and its face. What about its face? Well, its eyes were very big. That's definitely the scariest thing I've ever seen. That whole time. As you moved, what did it do? This sounds crazy, but I think it was imitating you. It really observed you constantly, and what scared me the most was that it was in front of you the whole time, while you chopped with a knife, while you ate, while you sat listening to TV, studying you, badly imitating what you did. Then you fell asleep. Yes, it watched you the whole time, using its bony fingers, and at some point, press the off button on the remote. Its face was about 2 inches from your face for a while. It just stared until you woke up and then left. I don't know if I should call it leaving. It went upstairs. After he finished, we sat in silence for a while. I didn't know what to say. He parked the car, and we went up to his apartment, then sat down to download the rest of the video. Damn it, Will. I swear to God it's been watching you constantly. Like, I downloaded video from when the cameras were installed. So that's 2 months ago, and it's been here the whole time. Sometimes it crawls into the corner of your wall on the ceiling and watches. Other times, it follows your shadow. I felt nauseous this whole time, thinking I was alone. And that wasn't even the weirdest part. 2 months ago, it had no hair. I don't think the hair is its own. What do you mean? I think it's taking it from somewhere else. I think it's pulling out your hair while you sleep. It's trying to become human. To become you. I was about to vomit from fear. Even in its movements when you weren't there, it took your clothes and tried them on, looking terrified. It was truly learning, studying you. I knew, for some reason, and I didn't even need proof. I just knew it had come from the staircase. Climbed up from whatever gate was there. And I knew it was trying to lure me down there, so it could replace me, so it could become me. I explained everything to my friend. There was nothing I could do but leave that place. I didn't know how to close the gate, and I needed my friend's help if I wanted to try. I was trying to assess the risks of my options when my friend said something that chilled my blood. Listen, Will, if you don't go through that gate, it will probably kill you and replace you. I think the next time you go home, it will realize that. My sister now knows I'm not crazy anymore. Everyone watched the video. It became somewhat of a news story around my family and friends. They all wanted to see a morbid curiosity that made them want to see the thing that had traumatized me for months. I was grateful they saw it too. But at the same time, I had to move out and sell the house. And that was sad. I was struggling financially, and I knew I couldn't just buy another house. I had to sell this one first, and that obviously meant I had to go back there and get my things. I wasn't going alone anyway. It took a while to convince my friend Adam to come along. He was really scared, but I had to get my stuff out. And that meant staying there for a few more nights. So, last month, Adam and I went back to the house. As soon as we entered, he sighed. I asked what was wrong. And he just replied, "It's made some changes around here." "What changes?" "Well, it took food out of your fridge. Your clothes are torn. I think it even slept in your bed. It won't like you coming back. I'll assure the thing that I'm not staying. I'll be leaving soon, and it will be free to torment whoever comes here next." Okay, so we started packing and cleaning up. Oh. For me, this was a bit difficult, and we called for more support. My other friend, Jessica, she refused to come without her boyfriend. Now there were 4 of us facing the thing, meaning it would be too scared to do anything. I didn't know much about it, but from its behavior, I knew it mainly focused on me. And when the transformation was complete, it would try to replace my life and send me somewhere else, down the staircase. We had been working for a few days, and all that was left was some furniture to move. I was incredibly grateful for the support of my friends, who, unlike my sister, had believed me from the start. We had very little left to do. Just some furniture, as I said, very little. And I hadn't expected it to end like this. It was me, Adam, and my sister, Lisa. They were downstairs packing, and I was upstairs lifting a mattress. I could hear their voices downstairs. Yes, like that. Wait, don't hold it. It's too heavy. Okay, now help me with this cover. Yes, you dropped it on my foot. Please, be careful. Give me the scissors. I think I'll cut this tape like this. I mainly asked them to talk more, just so I didn't have to listen to the silence. Silence, to me, meant danger. After a while, they stopped talking. I could only hear footsteps and objects being dragged. Lisa. Adam. No answer. Everyone? My heart sank. I went downstairs. I had unconsciously counted the steps. 16 steps. Never mind. Lisa? Adam? No answer. I felt around the empty house. No one in the living room. No one in the kitchen. Just some cartons and clothes. Are they as they keep? Pencils, and clothes. I sat on the sofa, listening, hoping to hear footsteps. But I was only greeted by a heavy silence, almost an entity of its own. I had a feeling I wanted to leave. I went to the front door. But as I was about to turn the doorknob, this feeling, stopped me. I turned back and pressed my back against the door, feeling my phone in my pocket. Hey Siri, call Lisa. She picked up. Will, is that you? Yes. Where are you? Where are you, Lisa? Where's Adam? Why did you leave like that? You know you shouldn't leave me here, alone. What are you talking about? Where am I? I'm in the living room. Her voice trembled. Will, where are you? I'm in the living room. Damn it. No one's here. I don't understand. I just came down the stairs. And now I'm sitting on the sofa, looking at you. Who's calling me from your phone? This is me. Lisa. It's me. I'm telling you. I'm in the living room. So who's sitting on the sofa, if it's not you? A moment of realization dawned on both of us. Gradually, I knew who was on the sofa, or what was on the sofa. And I knew that wherever I was, it was no longer my home. I had finally gone down somewhere else, and the thing had returned, but this time with a more effective disguise. Listen, Lisa, that's not me. I need you to leave the house. Take Adam. Please, just leave. Suddenly, she said something that shocked me. How do you know? Know what? That's not you on the sofa. It's just staring at me, isn't it? Yes, then move a little. It knows you're blind, so it will pretend to be blind too. If you do something unexpected, and it watches you with its eyes, you'll know. Okay, I didn't hear much next. Just movement. Then she said, "Oh my God, it's true. What do I do now? Will, I'm so scared. I don't think it will harm you. Just don't let it know. You know it's not me. Okay, I'm going back upstairs and hopefully I can get out." Do you think it understands what we're saying? I don't know, because if it does, then it also knows we know. I felt helpless, and for the first time in my life, I wished I could see to the point of pain. I just wanted to get out of this place, go back to my real home. But I couldn't find the stairs. I was stuck. If I can't get out of this place, please don't hang up, okay? Adam, come here. What? He had been talking to the thing. He thought it was me. And what was happening? Adam, here. Take the phone. I heard Adam's voice. Yes, Adam. Listen, it's me, Will. I'm stuck in this place. The thing up there isn't me. Please don't talk to it. Don't let it know you know it's not you. What? Will, is that you? Are you serious? Shut up, shut up. Friend, don't touch me. Stand still, you freak. I need to call the police. Don't call the police. If it knows you don't believe it's illusion, I don't know what it will do. Lisa, take it. I'm calling the police. I'm tired of this. I heard some muffled voices. And then Lisa spoke again. Maybe it's good he's calling the police, right? Maybe. The thing doesn't understand. We know. It's not real. She stopped. Don't act scared of it, Lisa. Act normal. I'm trying. But it just stood up. I'm scared. I don't know what it can do. It's walking towards me. I'm just scared. Oh, what the hell? What? I listened as her voice shifted from confusion to disgust to fear to panic. What, Lisa? Adam? I couldn't understand what she was saying. At some point, I thought I heard Adam. I was still desperately searching for those damn stairs. I heard a thud, meaning she had dropped the phone. Then screams followed by choked sobs, and sounds I couldn't recognize. By now, my entire body was tense, and my heart was pounding so hard I thought I would pass out. The more sounds I heard, the more I believed something evil had happened, and no matter how much I tried to deny it, I knew I had no choice but to listen to this scene unfold over the phone, unable to help, and even if I could get out of this place, I couldn't see anything. At some point, after I had screamed myself hoarse, my face drenched in sweat and tears, the noise stopped. And this silence enveloped everything. This deadly silence. I hate silence. I kept screaming, hoping someone would respond. Perhaps hours passed until I received a response, but not what I expected. I heard a crude movement, and then a hoarse, rotten voice. Not really a voice, but like an animal trying to imitate a human. I think I'll catch some Z's. To some that might be funny, but I knew it was just one of the phrases I often said. It was imitating me again. Give me the scissors. I think I'll cut this tape. I listened, rigid, while my feet touched something. The stairs. Was it letting me go? I climbed the stairs and found myself in the hallway. I could feel the familiar carpet under my feet. I went down the stairs and smelled an odor I couldn't recognize. The floor was slippery. Lisa, Adam, I heard something run up the stairs, and at that moment, I knew the thing had left. Temporarily. But my mind wasn't focused on the creature, but on Adam and Lisa. You walked around on a slippery floor. My feet touched something. It felt like hair. Nothing in the world can describe what I felt at that moment. Nothing I can write here will help you imagine it, because not everything is like something other. There is no comparison I can make. When you discover a crime scene, you usually see it first. I didn't. I just blindly walked around their bodies for minutes. You know what it feels like not to know it's blood until you slip on it? That's it. Having to check if someone is alive by desperately fumbling for their hands, neck, pulse, simply crawling around in their pool of blood, running your hands through the mess, desperately trying to find any sign of life, calling their name. I heard the door open, and I realized the police had arrived. Maybe Adam had called them, and they finally showed up. They found me, obviously covered in their blood, next to them. No matter how hard I tried, they didn't listen to me. They thought I was crazy. The following days were a mess. Fortunately, I had video of the thing from the past few months, and the testimony of remaining friends and family, along with Adam's call, clearly stating that something was impersonating my friend and could harm us. They had downloaded the video of the actual murder, but they refused to describe it to me. They just asked me to rest. But I couldn't, because no matter what, I wanted revenge. I was determined to find out the story of that thing. The story of this house and that bizarre gate staircase. And I wanted to kill that damned creature, even if it was the lie did. For now, this is my final update. I might post more on my account, depending on what I find. For now, I need to rest. I've started seeing a therapist, and I'm recovering. I still have nightmares. I asked myself what I could have done better. But the truth is, I think I was destined from the start. From the moment I counted an extra step on the stairs, the nightmare began. Hey! Haka! Ho! Howza! Ho! Go! How's? Hi!